SOL passages give us so much information, it's sometimes difficult to pick out the main idea. This lesson will teach you what the main idea is and the best way to find it. What is main idea? It's plain and simple. The main idea tells what the passage is mostly about. Everything you read or watch has a main idea. It's what it is mostly about. Okay, so if everything has a main idea, how do you go about finding it? This is where things can get tricky. The main idea is the idea that is most important to the topic. It's often found in the first or last sentence of a paragraph. However, it's not always found in just one sentence. Sometimes you may have to think about it to figure out what the ideas in the passage are mostly about. What is the most important thing that the author wants you to know? A lot of times when students are trying to find the main idea, they confuse it with the topic. Do not make this common mistake. The main idea tells us what the author wants us to know about the topic. For example, the topic may be exercise, and the main idea may be regular exercise reduces your risk of health problems. When you're looking to find the main idea, look for ideas that are repeated often throughout the passage. Picking out the main idea from a list of choices is harder than writing it yourself. And when you're taking your SOL test, you're going to have to pick from a list of choices. So take your time, read carefully, and put all of the answer choices in your own words. After you do that, decide which one matches what you have written the best. Pause the video and read this passage to yourself. Now watch me. After reading the passage, if I were writing the main idea, how would I state it? I might say, the World Cup is a worldwide event that many people love. But as we know, on the SOL test, we're not just going to be writing the main idea ourselves. We're going to be picking from a list of choices. So what do we do? The first thing is I need to read through all of the answer choices. So what is the main idea of the paragraph? Is it A, Uruguay won the first World Cup in 1930, B, billions of people watch World Cup games, C, World Cup soccer excites and unites the world, or D, the World Cup was held in Asia for the first time in 2002? Which of these answered choices best matches my own wording of the main idea? If you remember, I wrote, the World Cup is a worldwide event that many people love. So let's compare that to the choices we are given. What is the best match? C, World Cup soccer excites and unites the world, is the closest match to what I wrote. The World Cup is a worldwide event that many people love. So I would pick answer choice C. So where did we find this main idea? This main idea was actually directly stated in the first sentence of the paragraph. So when you come across questions like this, it should be fairly easy to figure it out. Let's try another one. Pause the video and read this passage to yourself. If I were writing the main idea, how would I state it? I might say, Miranda is going away from home for the first time, and she seems to be excited and a little bit nervous. But we all know that's not what the SOL is going to ask us to do. We're going to have to pick from a list. So what do? Remember, first you need to read through the answer choices, then compare them to what you wrote yourself. Then decide which answer choice best matches your own words. Answer choice A, a young girl is excited and nervous about leaving home for the summer, most closely matches what I wrote. Miranda is going away from home for the first time and she seems excited and nervous. So I would choose answer choice A. Where or how did I find this main idea? It wasn't in the first sentence of the paragraph, and it wasn't in the last sentence. It wasn't directly stated in the middle of the paragraph either. For this one, I had to think about the entire paragraph, the ideas that were constantly repeated, and what seemed to be the most important. I had to decide what point was the author trying to make. What was he trying to tell us about Miranda? When you're taking your SOL test, the question might not directly say that it's looking for the main idea. Here are some common question stems that the test writers use to ask you main idea questions. If you see a question that sounds like one of these, it's asking you for the main idea. Now that you've finished watching the video, write down 3 common question stems and bring them into class. Also, please click on the button below to practice main idea.